Hello everyone, welcome to another weekly market outlook. Here we start with the euro versus the US dollar. And what's going on the 4-hour time frame? The price is still in an uptrend. As you see, it continued making this higher highs formation. The higher lows are still intact, although we can potentially see a head and shoulders reversal pattern here, but that's very early to discuss about this one. What we need to see first is if the price breaks and closes below this support, then it might going to fill up this fair value gap. And if it continue moving lower, then the next area of support will be this one here. On the other hand, if the price continues to push higher, taking advantage of US dollar's weakness, we might gonna see the market stopping at this resistance. But if you check on the weekly time frame, last week the price formed this shooting star. It has bearish implications and it can cause the market to move lower. So how do you play that? First, you need to wait for the price on the lower time frames to move outside of this consolidation. And if you want to capitalize on the move to the upside, it's about 40 pips. On the move to the downside, it's very short spam. It's only 20 pips. So it's better to wait for a solid break and close below this support. On the Great British Pound versus the US dollar, the price is in an uptrend. The market finds it a bit hard to break through this resistance, but we didn't see a lower low formation. Therefore, if the price keeps pushing to the upside, we will see the ascending triangle development here, and if it manages to break above, the breakout will be solid and strong, and then the next area of resistance is this one up here. That one. On the other hand, if sellers appear strong, they will push the price lower, and if that's going to happen, the first key level of support will be the 1.3287. If the US dollar though appears strong this week, it will cause the drop of the pound, and in that case, we might going to see a break and close below its support. If that's going to happen, the next key level of support to watch, it's going to be this one here. So you can capitalize on the move from this area until that area. The Australian dollar against the US dollar is a bit tricky because the price broke below this low. It made a new lower low formation, but we see that the swing high now, the one we expected to hold, it's get taken out right now. So if the price closes above the swing high, then we might gonna see a rally all the way to the previous week's high. On the other hand, if sellers appear strong, they will push the price lower, and in that case, the market will reach this 0.6574 area. Basically, this week, the game with the Aussie US dollar will be played within this resistance and that support. US dollar versus the Japanese yen, well, the market is still consolidating with bullish bias. What we want to see now is a break and close above this resistance. In that case, we can drop time frames and go all the way to target the 159. On the other hand, what can we see, and this can happen in the next few days, if not today, the price will drop to fill up this fair value gap formed last Friday. Essentially here we want to see buyers appear strong, and on the lower time frames to see reversal price actions to push the price back into the uptrend. Gold, as well as all commodities, so far at the market open, they are pushing higher. Gold created a new all-time high. Let me show you on the weekly chart. So far, the 4,380 was the all-time high, and now the market is trading at 4,414 US dollar. This is extremely bullish for gold, and especially prior to New Year's. Regarding the US oil, it also pushed higher at the open. On the weekly time frame, as you see, the market rejected the $56, and if buyers appear strong this week, they're gonna definitely push the price much higher above this resistance. If that's gonna happen, the next level becomes the 59 US dollar. The Kuber on the weekly time frame formed one of the very bullish patterns, and this is the three candle formation, the one I call as sandwich, because a bullish candle appear, and the bearish candle's body is engulfed by the bullish candle. So on the 4-hour chart, what we expect to happen is a continuation and a follow through with the other commodities. In this case, if the price keeps going up, forming new higher highs and higher lows, respecting this upward trend line, the next target being somewhere around 5.7. This aligns with the 1.61 Fibonacci extension. One of the biggest surprises in commodities is the price of platinum. The last couple of weeks, platinum is aggressively pushing to the upside, and this is not coincidental. Always December is considered a bullish month for commodities, and this year platinum had the market participants' attention. How can we trade it? Well, we have to wait for these retracements to occur, because this fair value gap, it's going to be filled sooner or later, and we can get some entries on the lower time frames if you're trading 1 hour 15-minute time frame. On the Bitcoin, we also expect to see some push to the upside, and that's because the December also considered as bullish for the cryptocurrencies. If this is going to happen and the Bitcoin will follow through the platinum and the gold, then Ethereum will also push to the upside, Solana, XRP, and potentially coins like Sui. But for Bitcoin, where will be the next strong area of resistance? It's going to be up here around 94,600. On the other hand, if the market pushes to the downside, the first key level of support will be this swing low down here, and if it breaks and close within a week, then it's going to go all the way down to the $80,500 to $700.